Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, a few things occurred. Number one, Kyoko has yet to reappear from her excursion into figuring out what that key unlocked, after Makoto played as a decoy for her again. So, who knows where she is right now. And number two, we spent some free time, basically hanging out with Hina, and I managed to finish filling out her report card. And third, Makoto had gradually, but mostly suddenly, fallen ill, and ended up going to bed early one night because, well, he was really too weak to do much of anything else, really. And during the night, he was attacked by a certain masked figure. In fact, the same masked figure, it would seem, that's lying on the floor right there. We'll get to them in a second. But when it looked like as though they were about to attack them with a knife, they were about to attack him, not them, him, Makoto, with a knife. They suddenly stopped, and then Kyoko seemed to appear right in front of Makoto in the masked person's place. And then Makoto lost consciousness. Also, during this unwell phase he was going through, Makoto seemed to experience some kind of dream where he was telling himself that he understood something, and that he needs to stay here, probably here in reference to his school, for hope's sake. Now, what exactly this dream means, well, not even Makoto could really say. And then finally, when we met up with everyone in the dining hall the next day, and we found that Makoto still has yet to show up, that Kyoko, I'm getting people's names mixed up all over the place, has yet to show up, well, we found only Hina there, and apparently she was there getting food for everyone who was gathered in the gym. Now, why was everybody gathered in the gym? Well, they found a non-functioning Monokuma just lying there during the night when Makoto went to bed. So they were basically up all night, basically dismantling the thing and trying to figure out how it works. So that just kind of begs the question: well, why isn't the Mastermind controlling Monokuma right now? What happened to them? So anyway, right after Makoto got caught up to speed with what everybody was doing, they eventually decided, well, if the Mastermind isn't controlling Monokuma or doing anything to harm them right now, then maybe they have a chance to actually try to break into some places that were forbidden to them previously in order to try to find some important clues to the Mastermind's identity, namely the Headmaster's room. So everybody decided to go to the Headmaster's room and to try and break into it. But while they were in the process of doing that, and Toko was sent to go get a pickaxe from the garden here in order to help him break the door down, Jill comes back in Toko's place and tells them, well, she found a corpse here, lying in the garden. So we went to come investigate what this corpse is first, and well, there it is. It looks like it's the same exact person that attacked Makoto both last night, and when he went to that secret room on the second floor for the first time to look at all those documents. In fact, the knife sticking out of their gut also looks awfully familiar. So, I think that pretty much sufficiently catches everything up to speed, so I'm going to go ahead and start talking to everybody first, before I look at the corpse. Yep. Just throw in the lost and found. Even a dead body can find its home that way. Well, never mind. What's going on? Who is that? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Maybe we should take off the mask and see. What? What's this body doing here? I mean, who is it?
Why?
Who is this? How did they wind up dead here? We can't move forward until we figure that out. Okay, let's take a look-see at the corpse-see. We need to find out who this actually is. But there's no way to tell with the mask covering their face like that. And the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. Well, no. Number one, the hands are exposed, and it looks like as though the tips are red. Like they appear to have fingernails, are like fake fingernails on them. And number two, they're wearing high heel boots. The victim is a total mystery. One thing I do know is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. And right away, you notice in this picture and the state of the corpse is that their fingernail tips aren't painted red at all. So that's one interesting little inconsistency that, if you're paying attention, you'll notice right off the bat. But why? How do they wind up dead in here? Their heart isn't beating. They're not breathing. All signs of life have come to a complete stop. Next to a knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's there is still wet. So this must have been a very recent killing then that took place, going by a state of the blood. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you. How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so I don't have a clue. You wanna know another interesting thing? Is that the body discovery announcement has yet to play, even though, like what? 3 more people have basically found a corpse now. So even more evidence to suggest that the Mastermind is currently occupied or something right now. Pretty sure it's a girl, at least. Huh? How can you tell? Well, I think I see the outline of her chest. And just the general shape of the body. Yeah, the more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Really? Then it could be... Okay, then! Yes! Let's just tear the mask clean off!
Come on.
Wait, don't! By the time he called out, it was already too late. Toko's hand shot out toward the mask. You're losing him, Makoto. That ain't Toko's hand that shot out. And in the next instant... Oh, boy. Well, shit. Jill's dead. There was a blinding light and a deafening roar. The body blew up. It blew up, 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 it blew up! We heard you the first time, Makoto. Calm the fuck down. My vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out. But then...
Come on.
Hurry up. Put out the fire. As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on it. Okay. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. I guess I took care of it. What the hell, man? It exploded?
What did you say?
I had a bad feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode. Now the body is now extra crispy. It burned to a crisp. That's beyond well done, man. Don't compare it to a steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again. But now that the body's charred, I really have no idea. Only the upper body got burnt, Makoto. Just saying. There are other places you can check if you're feeling brave. How are we gonna find out who it was? Who isn't here right now? Huh?
What?
If we consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow down who it must be. There's only one person missing. It's Kyoko. Kyoko? Oh no. Her shoes are different from what Kyoko usually wears. Then that dead body is Kyoko? No. That can't be right. Not that that's necessarily proof or strong evidence on its own, I'll admit. Calm down. I'd say it was Kyoko. But I mean, who else? There is one other person.
In other words,
the Mastermind. What? What? The Mastermind?
What the heck?
Come on, there's no way! The Mastermind got charbroiled? Get serious! I agree. Normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering. But I have reason to believe it may be true. The Mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right? They could have been asleep for all you knew. But that corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, remember what Alter Ego said? So that same person may very well be the Mastermind to plan all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now.
What the heck?
You said the Mastermind's some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. And could that mean the Mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair?
Huh?
Huh? Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student at Hope's Peak.
What?
What are you talking about? The other day, Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school.
What?
I think you'd better tell us everything you know. Well, all Kyoko told me was...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
It sounded like Kyoko thinks this Mukuro Ikusaba is the Mastermind.
I see.
There's a nurse student here, and it's a female. That would match the body's characteristics.
So,
And that phrase, the ultimate despair, it sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it? Well, not just that, but, well, what's Monokuma all about? Inducing despair in all of you. So, put two and two in together, it's not a hard assumption, it's not an unreasonable assumption to make that they could be the Mastermind. Okay, so the Mastermind is this girl, Mukuro, and she's a student here. And she's the ultimate despair? But she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot. How'd she wind up burned to a crisp?
What the heck?
None of this makes any sense! Did you just suddenly show up and then die? I think we'd better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is. Hey, wait!
What?
Aren't we forgetting something? You know, Toko. Nice of you all to finally remember her.
What?
Oh yeah! She got totally blown up, huh? Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. Dick. And like a phoenix from the ashes, she is reborn, completely anew. Although not 100% well from the looks of it. Oh, she survived. Oh, she survived. Well, I can't exactly make my ship between you, her, and Jill sail without Jill and Toko, now can I? So as far as I'm concerned, this is a blessing from the gods themselves. Thank you, all cosmic powers of the universe. I may be able to make this ship sail yet. Huh? What just happened? Master?
Stop talking.
You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Byakuya, the ship is steam-powered. Steam needs oxygen, last I checked, so unfortunately for you, there's going to be plenty of oxygen flowing into the other half of the ship. Or is it one-third? Because, you know, Toko and Jill are, in a sense, two different people. And then there's you, so that's 3 people total. Oh, then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you inhale. That's enough for me to live.
What the heck?
This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. It's no different from their usual back and forths. I mean, yeah. I would have thought you'd been conditioned to accept that by now. You sure you're okay? I saw something out of the corner of my eye, just for a second. It's a corpse, isn't it? Well, I guess so.
What the heck?
You guess? Which is it? Is it a dead body or not? It's a dead body. I hate this. I hate it! I'm not gonna look at it. I don't want to faint again. Yeah, we don't want that either. So I think it's best if you don't look. What would be so bad about having Jill around? Honestly, it's not like she's gonna hurt anybody. Yeah. Everyone is dying. Why? Why is this happening? Well, we are in a death game. Be weird no one did die. I mean, the explosion was done perfectly, though. Gotta wonder who did it. Is it wrong to admire that kind of skill? Well, clearly somebody didn't want... No, clearly somebody didn't want the corpse to have been examined thoroughly. Or maybe the person was a suicide bomber or something, and the bomb that they might have had on them had a very delayed reaction after being killed or stabbed or what have you. I don't know. I'm just tossing random stuff out there, even if it doesn't make sense.
Could it be?
The Mastermind just got Mastermind. Kyoko. Yasuhiro. Stop with the lame puns. You're gonna make me laugh.
How about that?
Pretty good, right? That one's going in the joke book of my soul. You do that. I had a bad feeling about that body. I never mentioned explode. Regardless, I can't help but wonder who it was. Things are growing more interesting by the minute. Okay, let's take a look at this knife first, before I look at the corpse. I now have to focus on the body. Okay, fine. I guess we'll do things in your order, Mr. Cracker. I should take a close look at the body one more time.
So,
Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. If it's any consolation, Hina, I don't think she'll mind. Because, you know, she's kind of dead. Don't worry. I don't plan on touching the body all that much. I'm not Kyoko, after all. Yep. Fingernails. And also, there's an interesting mark that you seem to have on your hand. Hold on. There's something on the ground here. Okay, fine. Let's look at what this thing is. There's something next to the body. It's a key? I thought it was some kind of weird futuristic flash drive, honestly. Is it what Kyoko took from the Monokuma? No, it's a different key altogether.
so...
That's right. The key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. Then this key is...
What?
What is it? Did you find something? Yeah. This is on the ground near the body. I've never seen this key before. What could it possibly go to? So even you don't know then. Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task. You go find what it unlocks! I'm tired of being everybody's errand boy. Fuck off! Huh?
I see.
That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. You mean...
So, in other words...
the biolab, the data center, the headmaster's room, and the dorm rooms on the 2nd floor. It's in your hands. So I'm your errand boy now? Have a damn spine, you stupid cracker. At least maybe then you'd actually be able to grow some fucking salt. Oh wait, biolab, it's on this floor. Getting a little ahead of myself. But seriously, Makoto. Stand up for yourself for once in your miserable life. The biolab was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. When I went to insert the key I found in the garden into the keyhole, the key isn't close to fitting, which means the key doesn't go to this room. Okay, then why don't we head toward the 4th floor now? First up, Headmaster's room. Headmaster's room was locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. When I went to insert the keyhole I found in the garden, the key won't go in. Guess that means the key won't go to this door. Let's try the data center now. Door to the data center was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. Well, there we go. It unlocks the data center. It fits. Then this is the key to the data center. I managed to unlock the data center. Guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. I immediately head back to the garden. So you're back. How did it go? I found out which room the key goes to. It's the data center, down on the 4th floor. Then we can get into the data center now?
I see.
Interesting. But why did a now deceased have that key on them? I suppose we'll have to go into the data center and find out. Yeah, I think you're right. Here we are. Looks like the door is still unlocked. Hey, so... when you open that door, there's not going to be another huge kaboom like before, right? Well, I would be against volunteering anybody here to be the test dummy, but we kind of already established that Toko seems to be explosion-proof. So, even though I've gone to the trouble of becoming your friend, Toko, I hope you'll forgive me for suggesting this, but I volunteer you again. Actually, no. Why would I even think of doing you first, even though you're explosion-proof? Byakuya is the other important component of my ship. My indestructible ship. My unsinkable ship. We should test out to make sure that his materials are up to snuff. Come on, Byakuya. Do it. Show me what you're made of. You're asking that question now? Don't worry. We have Makoto. You are officially worse than a rabid bear. What?
In other words...
It's in your hands. Again? It means I trust you. Sure, okay. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. And yet you're going to let yourself get used anyway, aren't you? You sure you can't convince him to do it for me? What'd I do now? Master told you he trusts you. Master told you that.
What the heck?
Well, don't let it go to your head. I am so not happy about any of this. Oh, what? You not into threesomes, Toko? Ahem. I said I trust you. You now have an obligation to live up to that trust. No, I do not. Because I could very well not end up living within the next few seconds. He'll be fine. Mikoto was on the job. Not that that's any kind of guarantee. A guarantee. You mean not a guarantee? You mean... No, wait. If I actually had the option to just walk away, then my little remark that I don't have the obligation to actually do it would make sense. But unfortunately, I know I'm being railroaded here. I'm totally sure there won't be another kaboom. For serious. But, just to be safe, I'm gonna go stand somewhere else. What, you mean like right here? Maybe you should try going to a different floor in case the kaboom encompasses this entire floor and kills us all. Just food for thought, hero. I reached down and put my hand on the door. I closed my eyes and tried to clear my mind. With a silent prayer, I slowly opened the door. Nothing happened. To make sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. In a world, the room was... This room looks awfully familiar. And that door right there in the back is the most interesting detail. Remember that little icon leading to a smaller room on the 4-floor map in the data room that had Monokuma's face on it? I'm willing to bet that right behind that door there is a big little secret there. In the world and a word, the room was strange. I don't know. It looks pretty much just like your average high-tech security room to me. I mean, all the rooms up till now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. Also, I like how there's a security camera in the security room here, the data room. Then again, I suppose it would be useful if you were just staring at the monitor, and if someone who isn't supposed to be in here walks in behind you, there is an off chance you might see them walking up behind you on one of the screens. So maybe then, while you can find a way to counterattack, while they slowly get up to you, and then when they least expect it, BAM! You attack them. It wasn't a surface fear like the rest of the school. Here, the fear was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread. What? Hey, that's... Hiro extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all those monitors on the wall. Look what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. So it does. The dorms, the classrooms, every part of the school was covered. This is...
What?
It's a direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back into this room, and are displayed here on these monitors.
So that's it.
So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. To watch us? Then this room is...
It's all clear now.
The Mastermind's private room, without a doubt. The Mastermind's room. Sure it's not that door right back there? And what's behind it? That could be their private room for all we know. I guess that makes sense. So the Mastermind was here. Watching us. And I think this settles it. Huh? The body in the garden. If they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mukuro Ikusaba, and she was the Mastermind. Then the Mastermind is dead? Like, really, really dead? It would seem so. For serious? It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself. Honestly, I think you should count that as a blessing. It means you don't have to get your own hands dirty. The Mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because, I mean, that body... Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was it that did him in? Good question. But if the Mastermind really is dead, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole.
How about that?
We gotta hurry up and find the exit. Come on.
That's enough.
No. We have to check this area thoroughly first. Huh? What about the exit? If the Mastermind truly is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the Mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the Mastermind was obviously murdered.
What?
Murdered? Well, yeah, I mean, did you think that they were born with a knife sticking out of their gut or something? So you think so too, huh?
Naturally.
The state of the corpse makes it plain as day. There is absolutely no doubt. The Mastermind was murdered.
But...
Why's it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it?
Such ignorance.
That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and the identity of the Mastermind.
I'm telling you!
Now do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again! Toko, stop talking like you have any real authority here. The adults are speaking. The Mastermind's purpose, and why they were killed. This room may very well hold the answers to those questions. After all, the Mastermind must have spent who knows how much time here. Okay then, let's begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the Mastermind. Okay. Let's do it.
What's your problem?
Hurry up and find something for Master. I mean, I want to know why they were killed as much as the next guy, but I also really want to get out of here. Well, that's the thing. We gotta know for sure where the exit is first. And maybe we can find a clue to that in here too. Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are. Why was the Mastermind murdered? To figure that out, we need to find out the identity and purpose of the Mastermind. Alright. There's nothing showing up on this one. Huh? Hey, look! Next to that TV. Isn't that a TV antenna?
How about that?
It is! It's just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV. Huh? Did someone say TV?
You know?
Well, well, Saturday morning Hina's here. Are you talking about me?
Okay.
Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on, come on, come on.
You know?
You're all starved for info on the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic and you'll be quantum leaping your way to TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about? And while you're doing that, I'm going to look around a bit more. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs. Nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So what, we can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The only century that really matters. The Mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network. An alter ego. You may well be right about that.
What?
But there's no point thinking about it now. You're right. There's a ridiculous number of monitors here. The Mastermind's been using them to spy on us. As long as I have this. Huh? Look at Master go. It's like a feast for the eyes. How much is a monthly membership? First month's free, Toko. So, you think you can fix the TV?
You know?
Just a little longer. Well, you really want to watch TV that bad? Ha ha ha! Another Saturday morning kid here. You got a problem with Saturday kids, boy? Obviously he doesn't. I'm just itching for a fight, I guess. This door's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? No lock. The door's locked, huh? What if you use the key to open this room? Let's give it a try, just in case. Nope, no good. Won't even fit in the keyhole. Well, there is another key I'm thinking about that might fit in here. Like the key that Kyoko has right now. I mean, it is Monokuma shaped. That door has a picture of Monokuma on it. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The Mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it. But worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Hina's right. The Mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore.
You know? Huh?
Oh. Oh. What's wrong? Good news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Really? Now all we gotta do is switch it on.
What?
And do it. Freaking idiot Mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world.
What the heck?
And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it? Well, yeah. Obviously they did.
Huh?
I have no idea what this Saturday morning cartoon is, but the characters seem awfully familiar. Let's watch and find out what it's all about. Huh? This is... It's the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room, isn't it?
What the heck?
Huh? That's weird.
Come on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
It's really weird. You're weird! And you're desperate. Weird in every way possible. And not just weird. Super weird!
But
this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how's the camera showing the feed?
Well...
Did you try changing the channel? Oh, good idea. Let's give that a try. Here I went through each channel one by one. But on every channel, it was just... us. It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center.
what the heck?
Is it broken or something?
Could it be?
No. There must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. A trick? What kind of trick?
Actually,
I'm not sure, but... Huh? I think the hamsters and the wheels in their heads are finally starting to move. Huh? What? What?
what?
It's been a while, you friggin' bastards! Well, sad day for us all. Looks like the Mastermind isn't dead after all. Monokuma? How? You're supposed to be dead! Me? Dead? Don't be freaking stupid!
What?
Hey, you're acting kind of strange. Something seems different.
Of course!
Of course I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on your faces right now is sublime. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead, all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now. Ah ha ha ha!
Well now.
And that's that.
Shing!
Well, it's almost time to cut off your past, so full of hope, and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you all to have way more fun in this killing game.
Huh?
You can't be serious. We have to keep going?
Let me out of here!
No. We were supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here?
Unbelievable.
How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides,
Yep.
this life isn't all bad, you know. Yeah, sure. Living in constant fear of our neighbors killing us. Totally not a bad life. Along with not even being able to get a wink of actual sunlight. That's not good for the skin, you know. But no, it's totally a good life in here. What the hell am I even talking about? I'm just only choosing to accentuate the negative. Woe is me for being a negative Nelly. I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
Well now.
Phew. I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. The point?
Hey,
You guys really struck a gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed. That TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What?
I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind.
What the heck?
But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing us the surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are now. Well then, I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna. So what you're saying is, there is a live feed going onto the airwaves right now for anybody to just stumble onto, and not just on one channel either, but several. So, Monokuma, do you have the entire television network under your thumb?
Huh?
Huh? But what does that mean?
what the heck?
It's displaying the signal? It's just us standing here.
Unbelievable.
Ugh, you're so stupid! Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you.
Thrills, chills, kills!
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. What?
Extreme!
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. It doesn't matter how many times he says it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I understand the deeper meaning. I do.
Huh?
I mean, I think it's pretty blatantly obvious what the deeper meaning is here. What? Broadcast live? To the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this?
That's...
It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow?
Oh, no!
I know, Hero. How will we ever get our Saturday morning fix now? The camera feed is being broadcast live? Being broadcast? No way. That's impossible!
Phew.
That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now?
Of course.
I heard a kind of creaking. So, this whole thing is being broadcast live to the entire world, and yet, we haven't seen even a hint that law enforcement of any kind is, well, knocking on our front door. I think that's very interesting. But the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan.
Hey,
Everything has a meaning, you know. All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries. Even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience, to show them true despair like they'd never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment.
What are you saying?
You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah. There's no way they wouldn't have tried to come. There's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us.
actually...
What if they already did? That's a scary thought. Huh?
Yes, indeed.
But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you. But who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally though, so whatever.
This can't be.
To take control of all communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yup! So, how could things have come this far? Well, that's a secret! There's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
Of course.
Yeah, duh! There's a little business of... looking into the body we found.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Huh? Class trial? Do you mean?
It's the Monokuma file!
I'll leave the next Monokuma file right here. Everyone give it all you got, okay?
Heart-pounding excitement!
Okay. Things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
And then, he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible. The truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment? Well, our despair for everybody's entertainment would be my first guess. And how is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
I thought that finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And Monokuma is still alive and active. That means that the mastermind, Mukuro Ikusaba, isn't dead. So naturally, that body can't belong to her. So it must be Kyoko. There is no other possibility. I don't know. I mean, for starters, Kyoko always wears gloves. And, well... yeah, never mind. That's a weak argument. The body is... Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? No. It's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. Well, you didn't know much anything about Leon or Sayaka before, they ended up getting killed, and well, yeah. That doesn't really mean anything. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? Anyway, we'd better begin. But, if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
Correct. It must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh?
Huh? But you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. This is how this game works, after all. Well, the music sounds different. I don't know about you, but this sounds like it screams endgame to me. Wow. I better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened. We're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden. Okay. Got Monokuma File 5, so let's check out the garden. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important, from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. First, let's get everybody's accounts first. Listen, Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right. It was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. For how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks. That was a big help. And then, now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. So thank you, too. Body for the explosion has been added. Okay, we got that. So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. So you're just gonna hang back. Got it. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning. And Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the hot body was here before then, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place before the sprinklers turned on. So already we found a nice big clue. Remember, there are some chickens in the chicken coop. We got one missing. Where's our number 5? I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course. There were precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? Ah! That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
But
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
what?
What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. He's got a point, Makoto. Do you want the jigsaw puzzle of the world to be unfinished? Do you? Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Well, considering how we got a little truth bullet out of this, I'd say yes, it definitely has to be related. Okay, anywhere else on this side? Guess I could check out the little monitor here. Nothing new. Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Did it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related to the case, so I think I'll just stay away. If you say so. Let's check out in here. Just be sure I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized, and I noticed something new in here, right there on the floor on the right side. Looks like a tarp. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? And it has dust, and it looks like it's got dirt on it. Should probably look into that. Could be related to the case. But first, let's look around here a bit. Really hope there aren't any clues hidden in the fertilizer. Well, one way to find out, you better look through it. These tools have nothing to do with the case, and how do you know? There's something carved into the handle of this pickaxe. Lazy diamond. It's the same thing I was written in the back of Mondo's coat. This pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. It's definitely intriguing, but now's not the time to worry about it. There's a lawnmower here. I don't think it has anything to do with the mystery corpse. Well, maybe the victim was mowing the lawn in here when they were killed. I don't know. Just a theory. A game theory. These flower pots have nothing to do with the case. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. So the top of this thing is wet and covered with wet. Probably because it got sprinklered on, would be my guess. But the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing here that concerns me. Okay, let's move back out here. What do you got for us, Hiro? It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
We're serious.
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym, where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe. That's when she found the body. What time was it then? Oh, then Toko, what time is it? Just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. When the body was found has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Good time, Kodo. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Why did we need a reaction thing for this particular thing? Just out of interest? Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking about that now? What's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden in the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to go get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. Well, that's a problem for us. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And the victim really is Kyoko. And I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room. I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite a disadvantage here. Yeah, I know, but it's not like that. But it's not like I've been suspected of wrong. I haven't been suspected of murder before. I'm sure I could find a way out of this somehow. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Okay, we got one account. Now let's look at the corpse. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. Of course, the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body, from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife... It looks really familiar. Wait, is this... It looks like the knife that was taken from you. That's it! It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. And, well... I think what you should be really concerned about is, well, everybody remembering that you were given a knife by them at one point, and that this knife looks just like the one that they gave to you. And if they put 2 and 2 together, you should probably be worried that they might use this as evidence against you somehow. That knife might be the same knife that you were supposed to be, well, guarding, so to speak, and yet we find it here in a corpse. Whoever this person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. Also, I also want to point out another difference between this picture and the corpse on the ground. You notice that mark that we found on that mark on the corpse's hand, on their right hand, that looks like some kind of tattoo? Well, notice how the person in this picture doesn't seem to have a tattoo like that on them. So if this is supposed to be Kyoko, then so if the person on the ground here is supposed to be Kyoko, well, number one, that would just beg the question why she would attack me not once but twice before in the episode, all dressed up like this. But number two, where and when did she get the tattoo on her hand, and why does she have fingernails? I don't know. I think there are consistencies that are worth paying attention to, is all I'm saying. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So, maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then But do you remember the rest of the dream that you had, Makoto? If that actually is Kyoko, well, remember that at one point Kyoko appeared to us not wearing anything this getup here that the body on the ground right over there is wearing, and we didn't see a knife sticking out of her gut right then and there. And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. Why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. There are several things here that aren't really adding up. But we're far from finished. I'll check the body more thoroughly. Maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Well, first off, let's check the hand that I tried to look at earlier. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. I like how that's... Wait, let me just let you continue. There's also something in the back of the right hand. Okay, I was just about to jump the gun a bit too soon. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but... It looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Tattoo in the right hand has been added to the True Gold section. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire, and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Exploded body analysis. Let's check this here. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. Something strange about that, right? Step away from the dead body. And we got this little piece of rubble right here. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't clearly be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. It looks awfully familiar, wouldn't you say, Makoto? Does it remind you of something that you and the rest of everyone else found when you were in the gym, inside of a little robot toy, maybe? But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Thanks to your dead body's been added. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go to confirm my suspicions. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true, was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
Well, get it from Byakuya. I don't have a choice. I'll have to see if it'll let me borrow her room key. Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at the class trial. Oh, no. It's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that'd be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. Screw you!
Goodbye.
Our lives are on the line here, you know. Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. Okay, whatever. Let's just get to the damn gym. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
I just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
What?
A bomb? And that bomb went missing. Oh. Oh, I thought it would have been a different bomb. Guess that's one little detail about this particular case I didn't remember. There's no doubt about that. Fragments I found in the garden. If it's the same bomb that we found earlier, then, well, yeah, somebody came and hoodwinked the bomb when no one was looking and set it up on that corpse. Which would mean that well, yeah, the culprit tried to cover their tracks using the bomb. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Okay, let's head back up. Okay, give me the damn key, buddy. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well. Let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Well then, here we go. Yakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole. And then... And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Go ahead, hurry on in. Working on it. Very bland room, Kyoko. Not gonna lie. It's almost it's pretty much as bland as Mr. Saltine Cracker's room. Maybe this shows that you two have chemistry. So this is Kyoko's room.
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. Or concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier Kyoko gave me something.
It's...
Yeah, that little envelope. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something should ever happen, I should open it.
Interesting.
Well, something has certainly happened. So open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets?
What?
That's all that was in there. Yeah, looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Well, I would think we should try looking under the sheets. But first, there's something on the table. It's a wood block decoration. Now, where do we remember seeing lockers that specifically had wood blocks on them, guys?
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. It doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? So we'll need to go to the dojo after we're done here. Now let's check the sheets. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Host P class number 78 student registry, Mukuro Ikusaba, sex F. Mukuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. God, you're so annoying! Fine, I'll tell you, it was a key and blank. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex female. The ultimate soldier. Well, this doesn't seem to jive up with what Kyoko told us. I thought they were the ultimate despair. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, she and her family were on vacation in Europe. While she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense internal investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. Now, if memory serves, Fenrir is a Nordic deity. I could be wrong, but basically it's a giant wolf. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. First profile's been added. The Ultimate Soldier. A mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction, the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. It's how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already.
Found it!
Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Yeah, it's you.
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
Uh-oh. You found her profile. So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak
Come on now!
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either. Even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivores, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as a school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you complain about how unfair it all is, now can I? And yet, you're perfectly fine intervening in your own game from time to time if it'll help move things along in the direction you want to, right? Like, hiring, basically blackmailing Sakura into being your spy, and planning to have her kill someone at some point before Sayaka came into the picture. And also that fake suicide note that you left for Hina to see that pretty much caused the entirety of that whole freaking class trial. Back in the last chapter. Yeah, sure. You're perfectly okay following your own rules, huh? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting. It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that. Oh, well now you finally decide to tell us something like this, huh?
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hallway back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying...
In other words...
That's right. There aren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16! 16? Then... That pretty much confirms... Then that pretty much confirms it then. That the Mastermind is a student that is a student like us.
The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusawa. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we got so many reviewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake up a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know.
Yes, indeed.
To wake up to a hurricane. Makes sense.
Well, now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya. Siri?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but... She wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. Hideous scars, huh? I don't remember seeing any scars on the corpse that we found up in the garden on their hands. More evidence that puts the identity of the corpse into question. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Monokuma's account's been added to the Troop section of your handbook. Thanks for giving me an important piece of information, dumbass. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, so on the back of her hand, the tattoo. Wait, no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His... trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. I think negligent would be a more apt description. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student, and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Technically, you're right. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? After carefully examining the evidence we have so far, no, I certainly didn't come to that conclusion first time around. In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the Mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the Mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So, in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense, then, to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Of course. Hurry up and check the locker. That's what we're here for, after all. Okay. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodlock keys, just like those at traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go into one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the woodblock key, and the woodblock key, and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key, and it opened. Arrows and some bloody bandage-looking things on the bottom of the locker. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Titanium arrows have been added to the True Bullets section of your handbook. Oh, there's someone else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
I see.
If that's the case, that means it must surely be related to the case. If this duct tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Something wrong.
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that are clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps the Akuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research. Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. I believe there is a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. The Yakuza seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand, and went straight to a shelf in the back. Here we go. He quickly returned with the file in hand.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. By what? Learning 20 different languages and being your translator? 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. That's quite the claim. So, an army of one-man armies. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they had acquired. Some, however, believe that there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. While it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are a part of our world. Their battlefields are much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. There you go, showing your bloodlust again. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it. The report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show us that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. And you notice how the document has a picture on the very top of it that looks very similar to a tattoo that we found somewhere on a certain body somewhere. On their hand, to be precise. So, unless Kyoko was a member of Fenrir at one point, I would think that we can deduce that the corpse in the garden is actually Mukuro's corpse, because she has a tattoo of Fenrir on her hand. Which would mean, well, Kyoko is still MIA. They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean Kusawa's profile has been updated? And when you look at that, our investigation comes to an end.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later!
And the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Here we go. Class trial number 5. Here we come. Whoa, Byakuya and Mikoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Mikoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together. Just the two of you? Now, no need to get jelly, Toko. What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself? Also a valid concern.
What?
Or should I say theory. Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... Or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why'd you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here, now can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting for 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punch the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun to look around.
Hey,
Kyoko! There you are! I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko? You're still alive? You don't seem so happy about that, hero. No! That's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish. You're so spoiled. You're right. There's no penalty officially. But I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right! Now we gotta deal with a ghost! I told you, stop talking!
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial's all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. But first, why don't I look at this stuff? Just want to make sure there's no coins. even though I don't have a use for them right now. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used the key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So...
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The... second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcements because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Kyoko's account has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her. That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, let's find out. Let's go downstairs to the trial room. To the courtroom. Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? I don't think you are. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
This room is atrocious to look at. I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
Let's get on with the show! And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly repetitive monologue. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Okay, we finished our investigation. So let's hope that whatever clues we uncovered here will be enough to help us uncover the truth of what happened with that corpse. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Danganronpa. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time for the 5th class trial. Take care.